Hello Water Sign Collective and welcome to your monthly energetic check-in. So we're going to be taking a look at the overview of the energy of the month ahead for you guys and just tapping into your energy. Guides, guardians, universe energies in service of the highest and greatest good, I welcome you into the space and I ask that you please provide me with truth, clarity, and wisdom. Please grant me the ability to articulate your messages as accurately and as clearly as possible. Thank you. So, water signs, if you guys have been wanting to travel by sea, I see that coming up as a possibility in the month of February for you guys. For others of you, overall, what I'm seeing here is that right now you guys are going to be learning the true value of what prosperity is. And it's not the sort of prosperity and material that's outside of you. It's the inner resources that you have that you then recreate that manifests material success. You're learning about the true seeds of your own inner worth, your own inner value, your own presence this month. I also see here that you guys have probably been going through situations of trying to get closer to your own spirituality, your own spiritual guides. You guys have been wanting to develop better wellness practices, and you guys have been focusing a lot on healing the thought patterns or relationship or conflicts that you've had in the mind. I feel like you guys have been playing a lot of mind games with yourselves, and you guys have been working really hard on healing this within yourself. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a hard time for you guys, but you're entering into the second month and you've also got the second card. So this is saying a lot of what's been the main focus of the past leading up until this present is that you guys have been learning a lot of personal growth in your own divine feminine energy, with number 2 being here. This is about you learning about the truth of your inner workings, your core morals, your core values, the truth of your commitments and your desires, with effort being here. You guys have also been putting in plans to probably strategize towards positive change or growth within your crafts, within your creations, and within career goals. With self-discipline here, yeah, you guys have been working really hard on overcoming obstacles of mundane day-to-day life living, with number 4 and 1 being here. This is your foundation or what brings you everyday security. Okay, so I see that there's going to be a really big reinvention of approach to life or vision of self in the month of February, with number 13 being here in the color yellow. You're also going to find a new meaningful project that is going to come up this month. It just hasn't presented itself to you yet, Water Sign Collective. I also see you guys have been doing a lot of work at overcoming stress, and you've been adventuring outside of cycles or comfort zones to help yourself discover this. You guys have also probably recognized where you have spiritual ties to certain people outside of you, and this is what's happening within the present moment here. So if you've had any struggles with your finances, I see that that's going to be improving over the month of February. And I also see in the main energy, you've got the abundance card being here, number 88. This month, you're going to see a lot of results coming to all the hard work it is that you've been investing, but it's been through physical activity. So if you've been trying to find a job, you guys are going to secure a job this month. You guys mainly have been just following the directions of the guidance that has been coming through you instinctively, listening to the true core of yourself and listening to the true desires. You've been counseling yourself through life challenges and helping yourself to grow. You've been financially disciplined and you've been disciplining yourself, or what I just heard is the ego. You've been transforming visions of self as well and potential. With domestic harmony being here, yeah, you're bringing balance back to inner conflict, because there's been certain things that you've been overdoing with physical activity being here and time out that has been stressing you, and it's to do with certain forms of leadership that you've independently been taking in your life. This is what you've been building self-discipline around. I'm literally just splitting the deck, honestly. So I think you guys have been working yourself out of stuck situations and learning to accept the true nature of dynamics within relationships or exchanges within partnerships and just situations or matters that are supposed to involve the heart. There's been a lot of corrupted motives, agendas, inputs, or contributing people. And I think you've been working on removing yourself from people who are not true to their love. Another thing is you could have been creating more harmony in your life by loving in new ways, speaking love into existence, into your life, being more encouraging, being more uplifting, motivational, inspirational, being more truthful to your heart as well, like speaking the truth of what you feel, what you experience, what you perceive, what you struggle with, and what you're outgrowing, you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the spiritual lesson will be this month for you guys. What is the highlighting spiritual lesson? Sorry, I had to gather this deck. What will be the spiritual lesson for the water sign collective? Sun, moon, rising, and north node, please, guides, guardians, and universe. Okay, so the card that came out here is flow number 27. This is saying that you guys have identified certain areas of life that you can't control, and you've been recognizing how what you can't control has had certain impact on you. This month, you're learning how to deal with what you can't control or what doesn't sit comfortably within yourself. You're learning new modalities or new ways of perceiving or new ways of approaching life. So you're kind of setting yourself free from expectations, limitations. And I just heard what you thought should have been entitlements that really didn't give you anything good in return. With the chase card being here, what are you running away from and what is making you feel overwhelmed? You guys are taking a time out to reconnect with yourself and identify what is no longer comfortable with you so that you can learn and gather information about what you need to do to build towards future comfortability for the second half of the month here. So the main objective is to learn to release control and to adopt progressive creative thinking. Problem solving skills is going to come into a highlighted focus for you this month. You guys are going to also be probably receiving a lot more intuitive guidance or feeling much more supported or closer bonded with your spirit team this month. This is because you guys are getting much more closer or intimate with the truth of unresolved issues that are beneath the surface. This is going to also help to recorrect your future direction within your career, is what I just heard. Within your career, within your recreations, within your connections, and just your life direction with courage and boldness here. You guys are going to be stepping into a new magical quality that you didn't really know that you possessed, and you're going to be developing a new faith or confidence within something you discover about yourself. There's an eagle in the background of the courage and boldness card, number 32. And also an owl, and this is telling me that you guys are seeing into higher perspectives, higher meanings or deeper meanings behind why certain things had to occur in the way that it did. And now you're changing your perspective, which is giving you a new sense of encouragement, a new sense of empowerment over this month. Sorry, I dropped a card 2 seconds. It was the chase card that came out here. What are you running away from? This is going to be the main spiritual lesson or focus that you guys will have over the month ahead. Now let's go ahead and take a look at why this is important. We have the joyful activity and celebration of life. Have you guys been overindulging in something that usually people use to have a good time, but you guys have been abusing your indulgences, and it's kind of getting to a point where it's harming you? You guys are needing to take a break from overdoing the things that you once brought you happiness but is no longer bringing you happiness as well. So this is really identifying what you've outgrown. This is going to be a month where you feel really a lot of transformation and a reclaiming of independence over your life and how it is that you grow. You guys are going to be rediscovering new things that make you happy, new inspirations, or new things that lead you towards different forms of abundance you felt as though you've wanted or been seeking. Just know that there is an acceptance that needs to come to something that is ended, you know, and it's the resistance to acceptance of what is that is holding you back from positive progress. So that is saying, with number 32 being here, and number 5, you've got a lot of 5s showing up here. So this is saying that you guys are going through a transition process away from a life that you need to heal from, so that you can walk into a life that is going to add more value instead of rob you of the value that you feel as though you have left, even though all of you is valuable. Water sign collective. I see that you guys have walked away from relationships or connections that you thought would be around forever, and I see you guys growing in independence. Learning what it means to nurture yourself and befriend yourself and look out for yourself. Learning what it means to become more open in life, and learning what it means to communicate truthfully who it is that you've discovered yourself to be, separated from certain beliefs or ideals or attachments that you've had in the past. Letting go just came out with the River Queen. This says flow, letting go, and natural movement. Yeah, you guys are starting to readopt the beat of your own drum, regardless of conditions or opinions or projections outside of you. And you're starting to feel much more confident about being your unapologetic self. And you'll find that your unapologetic version of self will not need defense mechanisms, will not need to defend through projection. It won't feel like it's at a threat in any which way, shape or form. It will feel free, it will feel safe, and it will feel unshakable. With the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. Number 7, you being in full awareness of yourself as you are right now is what is truly empowering you, because the truth cannot be tainted once the truth is acknowledged and truthfully known. You know what I mean here? And the truth is you. You are your truth, which means you accepting the truth of what's operating within you is going to help you to direct the truth that is taking place outside of you, because you're more aware of how you're portraying your truth. And when you're aware, you live intentionally. And when you're living intentionally, you attract in complementary energy. So you guys are also going to be learning more about intentional manifestation. Spell work is the manipulation of energy. Manifestation is allowing life to happen for you and co-creating alongside a life through self-awareness. You're not forcing anything, you're flowing with life, creating as you can, as life presents itself. And you're not living in preventing your own self-discovery process, you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a deeper look into what the soul lesson will be for the month ahead for those who have come to visit this reading and are resonating so far. What is the spiritual lesson? The main spiritual lessons of the month ahead for those. The Water Sign Collective. Medicine, learning how to heal yourself, learning how to let go, and learning how to detach. Also, while you're learning to heal yourself, Water Sign Collective, you're also learning insights, wisdoms, directions, and modalities of what it means to heal other people and set themselves free. What it means to revitalize the self and restore hope and regeneration within oneself. What it means to tap into self-awareness. You're learning a process that is personal, and through learning a personal experience, you're learning to relate to others, because it's teaching you what others really do go through, what they have to go through to learn the same wisdom as what you've already gained. So I see here you're going to be preventing a lot of suffering in other people outside of you, and this is how you're going to restore your own forms of personal power. You can't change the cycle of suffering, but you can offer a choice that presents people the opportunity to avoid having to suffer and to learn vicariously through the wisdom you've gained. So you'll find opportunities this month to offer your wisdom, your insight, your guidance, but you're going to be approaching this in a different way this month. And that will be the spiritual lesson. Learning to empower yourself through your own healing processes. Learning the true depth of your healing abilities. And really creating a very huge change with Bomb coming out here and out of body experiences. Yeah, you guys have been retrieving astral information about the abuse of power that goes on around you, and you guys have been revealing information about oppressing behaviors that is really ultimately betrayal from people outside of you, or from systems or belief systems or practices. You guys reveal the true core depth of what people do, what people go through within their spiritual processes or their development processes in career. Yeah, you've also learned how to discipline the corruption of power within. That's what you've been learning, and that's been the soul lesson. You've been disciplining the power of rulership and the power of leadership. There's a big difference. Leadership leads through example and doesn't force. It inspires. Rulership is dictatorship. It is domineering. It is controlling. It is possessive. And that is corrupting. It's not healthy for anyone. You guys have seen the differences, and you've abandoned old ways of being because you've become enlightened to the damage that comes from this oppressing way of being, not just for other people, but also for the self. Because when you step into rulership, you abandon the truth of your core morals, the core values, the core, authenticity of self, the true fulfillment and the true drive, intentions and motives, which disconnects you from the truth of fulfillment that can come from what it is that you give meaning to. So I see you guys wanting to correct a lot of past time prophet-led teachings this month. You guys are going to be inspired to recorrect things after a time of healing. Now this could be from a smaller degree, like within a family. This could be within a friend group. This could be within like a professional field, or this could be in like mentorship, actual teaching. You guys could have your own platforms or your own influences over like a large family or a lot of children. You guys are stepping into the role of being a leader, a good leader. You've learned how to recorrect behaviors and attitudes that were detrimental to your ability to step into leadership in ways that were effective, positive, not just for yourself but for everyone. And a lot of it has been getting back in touch with intentions, getting back in touch with focuses, goals and mindsets, belief systems and motives or meaning that we're giving to what we're doing. Compensation and perseverance. So yeah, there's been a recorrection of direction with number 26 being here, and a rebirth. So you've learned the completion of a full cycle, and you've come to balance with this, learning what is fair and what is not fair, taking accountability and releasing ownership of what does not belong to you, though has been projected on you in the past. This release process is actually going to move you forward a lot quicker than what you might imagine. If you guys have felt stuck, it's not going to be happening. You guys are going to be experiencing a much more active filled life this month ahead. So it's important that you guys follow your dreams, because that's the main advice here. Okay, so what is hidden from Water Sign Collective that they need to become aware of? You guys are going to manifest a happy ending for yourself. You're on the right track. You're on the right journey with you becoming aware of yourself and the things that you have been hard on yourself about. You have lifted the energy, transformed it, and allowed yourself the permission to approach the future in better ways, because you've opened your mind up to better ways of being or reacting or responding. You've gained deeper wisdom behind why you shouldn't do certain things that people do, and why it's beneficial. You've built new ways of approaching things, and this has expanded you into new opportunities that you're going to see manifesting in this month with number 5, and also leadership coming out here, number 18. You're creating the change you wish to experience by being the change you wish to see. Those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by, Water Sign Collective. With all that being said, until next time, bye. Earth Sign Collective, hello and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at the overall energy for the month ahead and taking a look into highlighting messages that Spirit have to offer for you about February. So, Earth Sign Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and also North Node. Now you've slowed down, Earth Signs, is what I just heard. You guys are learning to look at your primal instincts or primal ways of functioning, natural ways of being, natural ways of responding, reacting, perceiving, feeling, being just in general from a different perspective, and you're finding empowerment in who it is that you naturally are. Finally is what I just heard. You're starting to see the goodness within all it is that you keep deeming is so awful about yourself, and it's not awful at all. Earth Signs is what I just heard. You guys are starting to see your truth from a different perspective, and you're starting to gain freedom. You're setting yourself free from imprisonment of which you kind of curse yourself with. Earth Sign Collective, that's the truth of it all, with soul retrieval coming out here. That's the truth. You guys are doing deep soul healing through seeing yourselves differently. You guys have been really, really hard on yourself this past year. And with you being hard on yourself, you hardened your outside persona, your personality. You dulled yourself and made your environment shady, is what I just heard. Shady, cloudy, is what I just heard with the empowerment card here. But you're setting yourself free of that. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So yeah, you guys are clearing a lot of a lot of confusion that you've had within your mind and straightening out your thought forms. This is going to be empowering you and helping you to awaken to new versions of yourself. You're starting to understand yourself from different perspectives, and you're seeing the good that has come out of the bad. Yeah, damn. That's where you're at right now. You're starting to actually unite with your higher self through seeing the empowerment that's come from your shadow. The thing that you've misunderstood up until now, Earth Sign Collective, is that within your shadows were laying your greatest gifts. It was that you were learning how to transmute your shadow into light so that you could see the gift that was in it. You know, enabling what you've deemed as disabled, in other words, is another analogy that I relate to, that I use often. We have divine destiny, path of the divine warrior. Yeah, you guys are finding a new meaning. You guys are healing. And it's setting you out in new directions, making you feel more hopeful about the future direction of what you're capable of moving towards. And you're starting to actually tap into possibilities that you didn't comprehend before, that were right in front of you. Like, there is so many beautiful things that could come out of the life journey that you've walked, the experiences that you have, the wisdom that you've gained. You're the type of people who have overcome things that most people are afraid to go through, and because of that, you have unique perspectives that can offer opening realizations to other people outside of you. You guys are teachers based on the darkness you have faced, and that's the truth. That's the truth. When I say shadow guide, I truly quite mean you guys are shadow guides. You help people to face the darkness of life that is around us and the darkness within ourselves, and accept that and become comfortable with that. But the problem was, you sat in that and adopted that as your full identity without actually understanding that there was goodness in the badness that you could see. And now you're starting to see the value of being able to see the darkness, because if you can see the darkness, you can be sure that there has to be a goodness in it to make that darkness possible. And you're starting to embody this ability to develop the eye to see the goodness within the bad and the badness within the good, and to sit in pure acceptance of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the spiritual lesson is for the month of February within our Earth Sign Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you. We have lightning, unexpected changes, and shocking self-realizations. You guys are going through an awakening where you're starting to see the true reality of what you've been blinded by, is what I just heard. There's a lot of truths within yourself that you've been undermining or underestimating, and you haven't been taking yourself seriously. This month, you're going to see why it's important that you do take yourself seriously. You're going to start getting much more in touch with your inner spirituality. The way that I can put it into a practical way for my Earth Sign Collective is, you know, white blood cells, how they consciously and independently attack infection within our being. That's an independent consciousness. That means it's a guide. You're starting to see how everything can be a teacher, can be useful, can be a guide. Even the bad things, you know. And you're starting to identify different parts of yourself that contributes to the totality of who you identify yourself to be. You're starting to learn this through the people that you've had around you. You're going to start to experience a lot more compliments over the month of February, a lot more support, and a lot more genuine exchanges within your relationship dynamics. You're also probably going to be attracting in a lot of new people over this month ahead, or being attracted to new communities, new interests, new traditions, new cultural backgrounds. There's going to be something that inspires you into a new direction with freedom being here. It's going to set you free from we've got the balance coming back out here. It's going to set you free from inner conflict, because you're going to be seeing yourself differently. This has been communicated already. And it's already set you off on a new soul journey. So I'd say there have been eye-opening experiences being exchanged recently, and it's been setting you off into self-discovery. And it's been setting you into discovering your own sacred wisdom as well. So this is an initiation into your life purpose. February is going to be very important for you. Earth Sign Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. So what is the spiritual lesson for the Earth Sign Collective in the month of February 2024, please, guys? We have the Phoenix and the Crocodile. You guys are going to be transforming yourself. You guys have been sleeping on yourself, your talents, your skill sets, and your abilities. And this month, you're going to start to transform how it is that you see yourself, so that you can empower your talents, skill sets, resources, and abilities. This month, you are really going to find the opportunity to take leadership over your life, and you're going to find a re-empowerment to take action towards something that is really meaningful to you. You're going to start creating again. You're going to start finding a lot more illumination coming to past time illusions you've had of yourself, with the moth totem coming out here. You're going to feel yourself going through many different self-realizations over this month. It's important that you go with the flow and you accept that all of these self-realizations contribute to a totality of you. Not any which one of these breakdowns of self is a definition. It is a contribution, one that is outgrown, one that is learned from, one that we must go through to grow through. You see what I'm saying here? So you're no longer going to be judging yourself or being so cruel or harsh on yourself, Earth Sign Collective, and you're going to feel much more free to express yourself and the experiences you've been through, because you're seeing your darkness in new empowering ways that you'll use to help empower other people. You're going to use your truth and your life experience to warn other people of life experiences that they do not wish to experience for themselves. And this is going to lead you to new forms of fulfillment and achievement. You're going to be working really hard to on your stability and your security this month, Earth Signs. But I see here that at the same time, you're going to be learning more about your own capabilities while doing so. And this is going to be tapping you into your visionary abilities, or your abilities to see into future consequence of possible action that you can take now. When I say consequence, please don't attach a negative connotations to the word, because consequence means outcome. Outcome doesn't have to be a bad thing. Usually the mindset that we attach to the word ends up becoming the outcome. So keep your mind open with the firefly coming out here. You're going to receive a lot of inspirations that are going to come from worldly matters. And it's going to probably invoke your creative abilities over the month of February and tap you into the truth of what it is that you're really feeling. You're going to start to tap more into your empathy. And you're going to start to feel more control over yourself, rather than feeling like the world outside of you has influence over you or control over you. Instead, you're going to be reclaiming yourself through simplifying the way it is that you understand yourself. focusing in on building more fulfilling joy in your everyday life, focusing in on what you love to do, what makes you happy, what brings you comfort, rearranging your immediate environments to suit your comfortability, and redirecting energy away from things that you just know you don't need to do. This is what's cleansing you overall, with the frog totem being here. You're decluttering and letting go of burdens, things that hold you back from true happiness within yourself and fulfillment. And this is a lot to do with opinions of self that you've held yourself back with, or things that you were using about yourself but in ways that weren't so beneficial to you, that you've already learned the higher perspective behind. You've gained a perspective of what these things were, and how you were using them in negative ways, and how they were dimming the true beauty that you are. But now you've restored your hope to what you've deemed as bad about yourself, and you're going to actually be seeing the true beauty that comes from that. Okay, I don't normally listen to Taylor Swift, but I heard the song "Look What You Made Me Do." Everything that has been bad in the past that you've had really negative outlooks on, you're actually going to start to see in ways that have motivated you and happen for you and happen for your best benefit. Really, really. If you go and check out the song Taylor Swift, it's going to activate your clairaudience, and you're going to see the hidden messages that are in that song that are intended to reach you. You're going to personalize it in a different way, because your intuition, you're already very much attuned to it now. If you weren't before, you are now, or at least you're about to be in the very near future. Start to internalize your feeling and focus in on it, Earth Sign Collective, because that's what's going to guide you towards creating the reality you wish to experience. This is putting into actions or learning to create in the right way that reflects what you really truly desire. If that makes sense. So let me go ahead and take a look into the possible challenges of the month ahead for you guys, so that you guys can be prepared. We have the Eagle Totem. You don't need to convince anyone of your intuitive knowing. You don't need to convince anyone of your spirituality, and you don't need to convince anyone of your connections. Earth Sign Collective. If anything, this is a month where you prove to yourself the truth of your commitments, the truth of your core values. This is the month where you get in tuned to the truth of your inner self, and you are placed with an intentional choice of whether you choose to step more deeper into the truth of who it is that you are, and recreate that and display that, so that it becomes your lifestyle, or you stay the same, and you that way you're prepared for what is to manifest, because nothing will change if you approach life in the same way, and if you hold the same relationship with yourself. So yeah, you're gonna feel challenged on do I want to change, or do I want to stay the same? But I feel here the advice is to release your resistance and navigate your ego. Ask yourself why you hold yourself back from truly taking action and creating the life you wish to live. The more you can reflect on your ego and get close to the ego, the more you're going to be able to befriend the ego, so the ego doesn't have to dictate your navigation skills. Instead, your navigation skills will be dictating and teaching the ego to let go, so that it can create and navigate life in a way that is progressive, in a way that is building towards better living, in a way that's building towards fulfillment. Right now, you are just learning what doesn't work for you, and learning to leave that behind, and that is truly the life lessons that you're going through. That's what you're learning to overcome this month, and you're going to be finding yourself re-empowered, because you're going to be discovering resources within yourself, or skill sets that you've overlooked in the past or didn't see the true value of, and you're going to be discovering the true value of these potentials within yourself. Like, say for example, if you're very good with your words, you're going to discover that you're good at writing, and with discovering that you're good at writing, you might discover that you're good at, I don't know, rapping. And when you discover that you're good at writing, rapping, you discover that you're good at, I don't know, putting that rap to background beats and creating beats. Like, that's the sort of process that you guys are going to be entering this month, where you learn that you're good at something, and then you learn how you can expand that being good at something continuously, how you can keep expanding the goodness that you are from the bad that you've been through. You see? So what is it that you can expect moving into February? What is it that you guys have to look forward to that might be hidden from your awareness right now? You guys learning the true value of yourself and your capabilities, or what it is that you've been through, and what it is that you can provide for the services, or what you can provide in your services around you if you chose to. You could manifest a lot more security and stability, abundance, and financial wealth the more you chose to live in your intuitive guidance, the more you choose to live to the truth of yourself and release yourself from what you think you should be, to discover who it is that you truly are and learn the true understandings of yourself. Because when you learn these true understandings of yourself, you'll see how Source has been in you the whole time. How your uniqueness is the Source consciousness that is you. How what you've been through in the darkness that is you contributes to the greatness that is you. And how you've lied to yourself. You're going to learn how you've lied to yourself about your problems. When they weren't problems, they were challenges that you didn't know how to love yourself through. This month, you're going to be learning how to support yourself through what you've struggled with in the past, and you're going to outgrow survival instincts to move into being, to move into a sense of belonging, and to move into fearlessness ways of living, especially within confidence of yourself and your conviction, and you proving to yourself the commitments that you hold, and you proving to yourself how meaningful your life direction is to you right now. Yep, this is going to lead you to outcomes of more appreciation, more life, more growth, more happiness, more cultivation, more results, more abundance, with 15 reducing down to number 6, and feeling more on top of everything, feeling like there's more progress and harmony, with the second of chakra coming out here, sacral chakra. You're going to heal a lot of your emotional instability and feel much more confident within yourself, and this is something that is destined for you. This is something that is unfolding for you right now. The more you become comfortable with yourself, your emotions, your self-understanding, healing yourself, the closer to love you move. The more you move closer to love, the more you're going to appreciate true, humble, unconditional acceptance of self, and that's going to lead you to a woman or a counterpart, a counterbalance in love if you are single. For others of you, this is going to help you to learn what it means to love yourself and be happy and satisfied, and to build towards your own contentment. If you've wanted relationships, I see that falling out of your focus this month, and instead the main focal point becomes you falling back in love with yourself. And if it's not love, it's you falling back into acceptance with yourself and seeing the goodness that comes from that, seeing new purpose, wanting to experience more than what you've become used to, and attracting more positive things and expansion, feeling good. I also see this month you're going to have really good health, and you're going to feel a lot more lightened, a lot more de-stressed, and a lot more illuminated. Like there's a life direction now, and this is going to help you to tap back into, once again, your heart chakra, acceptance of self, acceptance of life, seeing the good and the bad, and becoming hopeful again, which is bringing in true prosperity and abundance, reason to grow, reason to celebrate, and reason to be happy within yourself and happy of who it is that you've grown and discovered yourself to be. So those are the messages I have for you today, Earth Sign Collective. I really do love that. This month is going to be really rewarding for you, but it's not rewarding in a superficial way. This is starting from the inside, and it's expanding out, which will leak into the rest of the year. The more you stay in alignment with your better found version of self that you've discovered yourself to be. Those are the messages I have for you today. With all that being said, until next time, bye.